Hello and welcome to today's webcast. My name is Jasmine Peart and I am the marketing lead here at AlfaPeople, and I'll be your moderator today. For those of you who are new to GoToWebinar, we just have a few guidelines for your use. Audio is enabled only for the presenters. Upon joining the webcast, you will be on mute. If your audio is not working for some reason, please attempt to log out and log back into the meeting. You can also find the audio information in your audio panel. You can look at your Outlook appointment or the confirmation email as well. We'd love for you to get the most out of your time with us on the webinar today. So if you have any questions or comments during today's webcast, please enter them in your Q&A box. Our presenter is online and will make every effort to pause throughout the program, and we will leave time at the end for Q&A specifically. Finally, we just want to mention this presentation is being recorded. If you need to hop off early or have any colleagues who could not attend, we'll be sending a link to the recording that you can share with them. And just a quick mention, towards the end of today's webcast, we will be announcing the raffle winner for the Amazon Echo giveaway. As many of you are aware, the way to have entered was to simply register for this webinar and to stay online throughout the duration of the presentation. This giveaway is open to US and Canada residents only, and more information will come regarding that a bit later. Just wanted to give you all a quick insight into AlfaPeople and who we are. We are the leading provider of innovative enterprise business solutions. We specialize in implementing, integrating, optimizing, and maintaining ERP and CRM solutions, and are the trusted Microsoft Dynamics 365 advisor for multinational enterprises in industries such as retail, distribution, financial services, and professional services. Our international capabilities rely on practical experience, having delivered successful implementations in countries around the world, as you can see mentioned here on the screen. We employ more than 550 professionals and maintain worldwide presence in 16 countries. We also belong to the Elite Microsoft Dynamics Inner Circle, limited to the top 1% of all Microsoft partners worldwide. And on the next slide here, we'll just kind of briefly touch on what makes us different. We have over 10 years of enterprise technology experience. We have predictable process-oriented results, proven Microsoft technology, and also a skilled competency and strong understanding of market needs. We have a global capability with international references, and we're very proud of our client-centric technology practice with over 500 customers globally and over 300 ERP implementations. Now that you have an idea of who we are, I'll go ahead and introduce today's presenter. Annie is on the call with us today, and she is a partner account manager at ClickDimensions. She has over 9 years experience in technology, sales, and professional communications. She's passionate about helping organizations increase communication with current and prospective stakeholders through marketing with Dynamics 365. Annie, welcome to the webcast.
Thanks, Jasmine, and thank you everyone for joining today. We are going to be talking about the 5 departments that can benefit from campaign automation. So a few things that we're going to go over today. We are going to talk about what campaign automation is and the benefits of it, some different ways that we can nurture using campaign automation best practices, a few different departments that can benefit from campaign automation, and I'll also be taking you all through a live demo of how we can create a campaign automation from start to finish. As Jasmine said, if you have questions throughout, feel free to put them in the chat. I do welcome those. But before we get started fully into the campaign automation piece, I want to take a moment to tell you who we are at ClickDimensions. We are marketing automation that is natively built into Microsoft Dynamics 365. We are fully native to Dynamics 365. We are built within it, so it looks and feels like you're using a portion of Dynamics 365 as you're using ClickDimensions. There's no integration costs and no hassles to bring that data back, into your CRM environment. We are fully supported. So we have a support team that measures their success on your success. We want to know that you are getting the most out of your marketing investment, and we have a full range of support and training available for you when you get started with ClickDimensions. We're also fully committed. We only work with Microsoft Dynamics 365. We do not work with any other CRM systems. We're committed to being the best solution for marketing for Dynamics. And let's talk a little bit about what campaign automation is. Campaign automation is also known as nurture marketing or drip marketing, if you've heard it by those terms, and involves a series of relevant and timely communications to prospects and customers over time. These automated campaigns respond to the recipient's actions and create a more personalized experience for them. Instead of just sending a number of emails to them, we can make sure that they're getting something that they're actually interested in and that is timely. So for example, if a prospect that you're nurturing within the campaign automation doesn't click on a certain link in an email, maybe something you really wanted them to click on, we can go ahead and follow up with another email with that link in there with just a little bit different wording maybe. But if they do click on the link, you might want to send them a different email with more information, or even notify a salesperson or someone within the organization to call them. While the specific benefits of campaign automation may vary based on the type of campaign and maybe even different departments that are using it, they all bring tremendous benefits to the organizations that run them. Automated nurture programs include decision points and actions based on how the recipient interacts with your message, allowing for a very customized experience. So by tailoring your campaign automations to a specific audience and sending your messages at the right time, a nurture program can deliver the following benefits. You can build rapport with your audiences, making sure you're not sending out random communications, regardless of what they want to see. You can educate leads and customers, educate them on what they want to know, not just everything at once. You can increase trust in your brand, sending them specific information only on what they want to see, and also overcome objections to let them know ahead of time common objections that they might see and how you can solve those. With campaign automation, we can also save time. There's no more manual activities or needing to track each communication and response individually. You can have a number of emails throughout the entire campaign. It increases lead to customer conversions. Following the top track will ensure you are continually targeting accurately. Boost customer retention rates. Existing customers still want to know they're important. Even after they've purchased or started working with you, they still need to know that they're important, that you want to keep information in front of them and continue to talk with them. And that's part of keeping your organization top of mind. Sales cycles can be long and customers are doing research long before they're even ready to buy or even after they've purchased. You want to keep your company top of mind throughout the process. So we have a number of ways to nurture. Any touch a company makes with an individual could be part of a nurture program. Your campaigns might include email, direct mail, social media, SMS, text, messaging, phone calls, or in-person contact. Remember that a nurture campaign should include information that leads to customers' wants or needs. Don't just send a series of buy now emails that don't provide any value. Think of the type of content that would help your prospect or customer based on where they are in their buying cycle. As they proceed through campaign automation, your recipient should be welcoming your emails, not wishing they would go away. How many times have you received an email over and over again and you're like, I just need to unsubscribe from that because I'm not getting any value out of it? The last thing a nurture program should do is drive prospects and customers away with annoying emails. So be sure to be mindful of content. Create campaign automations that will contain information that will be of value to your leads and customers. Make sure the content in every nurture email is extremely relevant to the audience. And make sure it's timely as well. Schedule messages appropriately based on the type of campaign automation. For example, a campaign for sales-ready leads could have shorter timeline than one for inactive leads that touches a prospect maybe just a few times a year. And you also want to be consistent. Nurture programs help to establish trust and credibility. Make sure the messages are consistent and reinforce your company's brand. Some more best practices include targeting and personalization. You should use dynamic content and targeted messaging to make sure your recipients feel like you're taking the time to care about them and their situation. Always engage in permission-based marketing as well to make sure they feel like they have control over the communications they receive. You should also consider diving into data for more effective campaigns. When you can see what websites they're hitting, what they're doing, what are they opening on emails, and how often, you can use that data to continue to drive your campaigns. So let's get into the 5 departments that can use campaign automation. Marketing is likely the first department that comes to mind when you think of campaign automation, but it's far from the only department that can benefit from it. Nurture programs can really work at any level, from prospects to leads and customers, maybe even internally with your HR departments. Let's take a look at some of the ideas for using campaign automation in departments throughout the organization. Sales departments today face a number of challenges that automated campaigns can help address. As you can see in our previous lead nurturing campaign example, campaign automation can help sales teams focus on hottest leads while building pipeline. Through targeted messaging, automated campaigns can also help sales teams overcome objections, often before they even get the prospect on the phone. And many salespeople are not only tasked with making sales, but also increasing the size of those deals through upselling and cross-selling. All things that we can do with campaign automation. So here's an example of a campaign that we might use in a cross-selling scenario. In our example here, a landscape equipment manufacturing company sales team is using campaign automation to cross-sell other golf landscaping equipment to customers who already own one of the company's mowers. Since ClickDimensions is natively built inside Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM, it was easy to build a marketing list of these customers and segment them based on the fact that they already owned that first mower. And then we also add them to that campaign automation. Throughout this, we're also using those email interaction triggers. You'll see the red email here with the green and the red paths. That's telling us where they should go next. Should we notify the sales rep that they clicked a link so they can reach out right away? We're giving our responses timely follow-up as well when we do that. And we're also knowing which type of equipment they're expressing interest in throughout the automation. Not only can you do all this through the campaign automation, but if you had sent me this, I recently purchased a mower, and I got the first set of emails and I clicked on a link, it also shows within my contact record in Dynamics 365. So you can see that I interacted with that email, and you know how long I was on the page, and if I went to any other pages after that visit. So there's a number of things we can do here that are driven by campaign automation, but are also viewable within Dynamics 365. For marketing teams today, creating personalized experiences that consumers demand can be a significant challenge. Utilizing the information in Dynamics CRM can help you bring that into your content. At the same time, marketers are often tasked with doing more with less and stretching resources. Campaign automation is a great tool to automate a lot of your activities internally as well as externally. It allows you to trigger activities based on how the contact's interacting, which means you could tell someone internally with a task assignment that they need to follow up within 10 hours, whatever it might be. Marketing teams today must also contribute to pipeline and revenue generation. And with ClickDimensions, because all of it's coming back to Dynamics 365, if someone comes to you in a marketing department and says, I need to know how many people opened yesterday's email, you don't have to look that up. They can do it themselves right within Dynamics 365 as well. Or you can create custom dashboards and reports to show it. So let's take a look at a marketing example. One popular marketing campaign is a product launch. As we can see in our example here for a consumer goods company that makes a full line of home cleaning products, several emails are sent as part of the campaign. And these are personalized within the ClickDimensions drag and drop email editor with information like the recipient's name, or any other information you have in Dynamics 365 or CRM. The customer uses email heat maps to determine which links in an email get the most clicks, helping them understand what interests consumers and allowing them to refine what gets featured in future email blasts. What's nice about these percentages as well is we can see, okay, let's take a look at our image-based links versus our text-based links. Which ones are performing better? How can we better set up our emails to make sure that there's more interaction? And personalization really does go a long way. With ClickDimensions, we're pulling that directly from the lead, contact, or account records within your Dynamics 365 environment to allow a very personalized experience. I'm actually going to show you how we created this email in just a few moments here as well. We also see customer service departments using campaign automation. It can help them solve several issues that those departments and account management teams face. Ranking high on this list of challenges is engaging customers and preventing customer churn. Onboarding campaigns can help get customers up and running. Engagement campaigns can ensure customer interaction. Customer service and account management professionals frequently face balancing putting out fires with short-term issues and building long-term relationships. Drip campaigns can help keep your product and services top of mind, and depending on a company's business model, these teams are often called to generate renewal revenue and meet quotas. Reminder campaigns can send periodic messages leading up to their renewals, and cross-sell campaigns is something we can use again to drive them from one product to another. So let's take a look at an example. A customer engagement or re-engagement campaign is one effective and popular use of campaign automation for that account management capacity. In this example, a sports team has created a fan engagement campaign that offers season ticket holders an opportunity to enjoy an exclusive fan experience with their favorite player. The team can easily create a form using ClickDimensions that allows fans to select from a list of players. Once they've selected, a decision note, that little purple diamond here, within the campaign automation, will send them down the path of their favorite player. So they're getting more information about something that really excites them. Within that campaign automation series, individuals are added to marketing lists, sent emails, assigned an owner, and a Dynamics 365 workflow of actions is launched based on fan preferences. So we can continue to follow up with them based on what they're actually interested in. I don't know any of these, but I'm personally a hockey fan. We also see training challenges. Whether they serve internal or external audiences, training teams can be found in a variety of different organizations. Training departments of all kinds often are challenged by how to best keep learners engaged. Drip campaigns can deliver training materials or lessons on a timely basis, improving the learning and effectiveness of training so that those being trained on a product or service in their effort is another common pain point. Use forums or surveys to test learners and launch automation activities based on their responses. Training departments also need to deliver consistent training from one group or trainer to the next. By sending all learners through the same campaign automation, the content and messaging is consistent throughout. Finally, attendance can always be a frustrating task. Send invitation reminders and follow-up messages when someone registers for or attends an event to make sure it's not forgotten. So with the training example, an onboarding campaign is a great way to utilize campaign automation. An HR software company has created a campaign automation that includes their onboarding training webinars, and since it's only a few months away, an invitation to the company's annual conference. ClickDimensions can integrate with Eventbrite, Cvent, GoToWebinar, and WebEx to allow you to bring registration and attendee information automatically into your Dynamics 365 environment. We also provide triggers within campaign automation to say if they registered and did not attend, send them down this path. If they registered and then attend, send them down this path.
Annie, really quickly,
Yes.
Lauren sent in a question. Previously, you spoke on the paths for campaigns. So she wanted you to expand on your comment where you said, create paths that are unique for each participant in the campaign. She just wanted clarification on that.
Sure. So there's a number of different ways we can do that. With ClickDimensions, we have the ability to add a decision node when you're tracking anything to 2 or more actions. So if you sent me, for a quick example, a survey, and I said, yes, I was completely satisfied, or no, I wasn't, I will go down a path based on my response within that specific survey. So those participants may be going down different paths at different times based on the responses to forms, surveys, or even clicking on specific links within emails. And that's kind of what I meant by putting them down their own paths and keeping the information and follow-ups to them very relevant. Thanks for the question. You guys feel free to ask those anytime. And if I can expand on that, feel free to pop another one in the chat as well. As the business landscape continues to evolve, so too do the challenges faced by human resource departments. 3 challenges that endure across many industries for human resource professionals are recruiting skilled employees. Career forms on your website could be used to launch a campaign automation with application instructions or assign a candidate to an interviewer based on your criteria, making sure they're getting to the right department. You'll also want to be engaging and retaining current employees. Referrals and internal perception to external hires are extremely important. Use campaign automation to schedule and send satisfaction surveys, company announcements, or holiday greetings to employees. You'll also want to make sure within the organization that you're communicating change as it occurs. The entire organization should receive consistent communications by using campaign automation so that everyone's on the same page. So let's take a look at an example of that. Our example here shows how a company used campaign automation to keep their employees in the loop on the relocation of the company's corporate headquarters. Through emails, they're able to communicate various milestones and use text messages to remind employees to show up at the new location on the first day. That's always got to be nice, getting that text message. Don't forget to go here, because I would be that person that went to the wrong place. Once the move is complete, they send a survey. They can quickly and easily be built in ClickDimensions, and that will help determine the employee's opinions on how effectively the change was communicated and how well the overall process went. It's important for those employees to feel like they have a voice when there's a lot of change within an organization. So we can use campaign automation and ClickDimensions surveys to help follow up with that as well. Before we get into some final thoughts here, I do want to show you what ClickDimensions looks like in the live environment. We've talked about creating emails, forms, and surveys. And while a full demo of ClickDimensions will show you that, and we can set that up anytime, I do want to show you a few specific points that you'll see consistently, and that's creating the actual campaign automation and our drag and drop email editor. So with ClickDimensions, it's very easy to create emails that are not only visually appealing, but are mobile responsive as well. So within this one, and you saw this in one of our examples for campaign automation, we have an email here that is a body and 2 columns. You have a number of different layouts that you can choose from with ClickDimensions. I should also note that if you prefer to do HTML-based emails, we have editors for that as well. It does not have to be completely a drag and drop environment. There are some organizations that prefer to work out of HTML. Once we have that base ready to go, we can easily add different content by just dragging and dropping it in. Maybe we want more image and text. Maybe we want to add our social links or social sharing links. We can do that as well. And style them better to meet the look of the email. Again, this is automatically mobile responsive. One of the things that you'll be able to see within ClickDimensions is a report that will tell you how many people opened it on mobile versus desktop as well. That will allow you to kind of decide how mobile responsive your emails need to be. You have full control over the style of these emails. If your organization uses specific colors codes and has specific branding that they need to use, you'll have the ability to do that here. And let's talk about that personalization a little bit more. I mentioned it a few times throughout the different departments we were talking about. Personalization is huge in emails. It's nice for you to know that they actually know who you are when they're sending the email. So in this case, we can bring in personalization from Dynamics 365 from the owner, lead, contact, or account records. In this case, I want to bring in the first name. But if you're tracking something on there like you need to send a birthday discount. I see your birthday is on January 26th. Let me send you a discount this month and things like that. You can create marketing lists based on their birthday and then actually put their birthday right into the email if you're tracking that in CRM. So I'll add this first name in this scenario and you'll see that it's replaced it with remarker text here. That means that it's going to pull it from the contact record within your CRM environment, allowing you to personalize that email. Now you can get more in-depth and more technical with this if you prefer to do advanced remarker. So you're showing different types of content with our HTML editors. And that's a question we often get as well. It's also important to note that you can add social sharing links. If you want someone to be able to share this on social, we'll track who shared it and where they shared it to as well once that email's been sent. So this is just an example of one email that we might include within a campaign automation. Let's talk about how we can build campaign automations. So this is a blank campaign automation. I'm actually going to start this from scratch. One scenario I get quite often, and one that we didn't talk about a whole lot with the other examples, so I can show you something new, is an event-based campaign automation. And typically we're going to start those with a marketing list. ClickDimensions uses Dynamics 365 marketing list to execute all of our email sends and campaign automations. So if someone is on this list or is added to this list, they can start on this campaign automation, where I am going to first start by sending an email. That email is probably going to be invitation 1. So we're going to send them the invitation with a link to maybe an Eventbrite event, GoToWebinar, WebEx, or Cvent. Because with that, we can also use our registration and attendance triggers. From this first invitation, I want to check to see if they actually clicked the link to register. There's no sense in me following up with them again and try to get them to register if they've already done so. So if they click that link, I'm going to give them a little bit of time here with a wait timer of maybe 2 hours. Once that is passed, I'm going to check to see if they actually registered. So as you can see, our campaign automation is a very easy to use drag and drop environment where you just have to specify what you're looking for, add your email templates, and continue to build it out. After I've checked for registration, I'm probably going to want a specific day, maybe 2 days before the event, to send them a reminder to attend. After the event, I am going to check with attended event to see if they attended. I'm going to send them an email with a survey to see how we did. If they didn't attend, I might send them an email that says, sorry, we missed you. Hope we see you next time. And maybe that warrants a personal follow-up. So I'm going to notify a user within my Dynamics 365 to follow up and set a task for them to do so. And maybe you didn't get interaction on the very first email that you sent. If that's the case, you can just wait, send an email again, check to see if they registered for the event, and just connect them right back into the same flow that you were already using. At any time, you will be able to see a list of participants where you can pause, stop, or resume them within the campaign automation. Maybe you need to pause the entire campaign automation and change a word in email too, because they haven't gotten there yet. They're not past that date. You found a misspelling. You can go ahead and do that as well. And then easily resume them right from this page. So that's a quick overview of campaign automation and how we build those campaigns, how easy it is to drag and drop that information in. There's a lot of scenarios where you can use this. There's a lot of different departments where you can use it as well. It can really be a game changer across many departments in your organization. It's really not just for marketing anymore. A number of people can use this. Automated campaigns can deliver uniquely personalized experiences without requiring additional time and resources. And you just want to make sure that they're relevant. That's really something I want to hit home. The timing, messaging, and calls to actions should vary based on the needs of the audience. If I click to receive more information on product A, that means I probably am not that interested in product B. You don't need to continue to send me information on that. So really keeping those timely and relevant. I also don't want to see emails from you every single day, unless I subscribe to something like that. So just make sure that you're using campaign automation in the right way, and it can really be a game changer for your organization. I do want to open it up for some questions. If there's any questions out there, please feel free to put those in chat or open it up as needed.
Hi, everyone. As Annie mentioned, the floor is definitely open for questions right now with the remaining time that we have. So please go ahead and use the Q&A panel on your screens, and we will go ahead and answer them as they come in. While we're waiting on those, I'd like to remind everyone that this presentation is being recorded, and we will be sending you a link with the recording after the webinar. You'll get that in your inbox, and please feel free to share that with any colleagues or coworkers who could not attend the session today. And I would also like to mention that we do have some great resources on our website at alfapeople.com/US, where you can read more about some of the services that we provide and see some of the work that we've done with our existing clients. There is a question here, Annie. Someone is asking, can changes be made to contact records based on where someone is within campaign automation? Annie, you have to unmute. I think you're still muted.
Oh, I apologize. I was answering to no one. Okay, so yes, you certainly can. And what we're going to do there is maybe we get to a point where something needs to change on the contact record. You need to make a change from something commonly we use here is they are definitely interested. They're not just a lead anymore. We need to change them from a suspect to a prospect. That's just some of the terminology that we use. And so I will go in, and there will be a workflow here that says if they get to a certain point, obviously not necessarily at this point specifically, but we can run a workflow. That'll be a workflow that you create in Dynamics 365 or Dynamics CRM that says if these things happen, change this on the contact record. So yes, you certainly can. And that's kind of the beauty of using ClickDimensions too, is because we're native to Dynamics 365, you can include some of those things in your campaign automations. Another one we commonly see is if someone's lead score, because we do lead scoring as well, reaches 50, send a notification to the account manager or the salesperson, whatever it might be.
Perfect. Are there any other questions? I'll just wait a couple seconds to see.
Yeah, don't make this too easy for me.
Annie, is everything that you included, is everything that you mentioned today included in your general standard pricing?
Yes, it is. So ClickDimensions is priced in a way that we price based on emails per year. And that means that all of the features we discussed through the email templates, forms, surveys, landing pages, web tracking, campaign automation, they all come with it. We don't piece those out and price those differently. So that all comes with ClickDimensions based on the number of emails that you send per year. The only thing it doesn't include is your Dynamics 365.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay, so I think that may be all the questions. Annie, we can go back to the PowerPoint so I can
Yes.
finish off the slides and then announce the winner for the raffle. So we'll go ahead and close. I don't see any additional questions here, but if you do have any questions that we did not get a chance to go over or you didn't get a chance to send us, please feel free to send that to us. You can visit our website and just send that, or you can go ahead. You have my contact information with that Outlook confirmation email. If you'd like to email me directly, I'd be more than happy to connect with you individually. Just wanted to quickly mention that we do have a couple limited time offers available to you today, including free upgrade assessments, transition assessments, and free health assessments for your dynamic software. If you're interested in getting any more information on any of these or information in general on how you can get started with ClickDimensions and the features that Annie mentioned today, please feel free to email directly or call the number on your screen. Now for the winner for today's session. This was randomly generated from the participants who attended here today. So congratulations to Julie Weimer. I will go ahead and contact you at the end of the session via email. And if you can just get back to me within 24 hours with a mailing address, then we'll go ahead and get that shipped out to you. So congratulations on that. And we'll go ahead and finish this out here. So on behalf of our people and our team at AlfaPeople and ClickDimensions, we thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone, for your time. I appreciate it.